Hello. When our daughter was about 3, she went through a phase, like many children do, of not really liking being apart from us. Sometimes my husband had to be away with work, and every couple of months or so, I was away for the weekend as part of my training to be ordained. Between the 3 of us, we came up with the plan of buying 3 new cuddly toys, one for each one of us. We had great fun choosing which to buy. The idea was that if one of us went away, we would take our cuddly toy with us so that we could hug that, and those at home had their cuddlies to cuddle as well. When Mike or I were away, we would often text photos of our cuddlies in their holiday environment. The idea was simple, that cuddling that particular cuddly toy would remind us of our loved one and help us to feel connected to them. You may have seen in the media recently a lovely idea for those in hospitals, care homes or hospices at this time. Visiting restrictions have sadly meant that people haven't been able to visit their poorly loved ones as they usually would. So staff were asking people to crochet little hearts. One to be placed in the hand of the person who was unwell, and others would be given to family members to hold at home. Although they can't physically be together, both having a heart to hold creates that sense of connection even when they're apart. It is so hard being separated from loved ones, friends and colleagues, isn't it? You may even have found yourself missing people you normally find annoying. As human beings, we really value connection with others, even those of us that are introverts. These past couple of months have seen many of us using new ways of communicating and connecting with other people. Until the beginning of March, I thought Zoom was just a nice lolly. And also, we've gone back to previous methods of communication too. I have used far more stamps than I usually do because I'm sending more of them through the post. I got ridiculously excited when I discovered that you can order 100 stamps directly from the post office. God understands our need for connection. Right from the beginning, we were created to be in relationship with one another. And as part of God's big plan, God came to earth as a human being to literally live alongside us as Jesus. When we talk about the incarnation, particularly around Christmas time, that's what we're talking about. God becoming human, God living among us in human form, God getting right alongside us in the messiness and joyfulness of our world. Last week's gospel reading had Jesus preparing his friends for him not being with them much longer. He told them that God had prepared places for them in heaven too, so they would be with him again one day. This week's passage follows on from that, and Jesus tells them that although he has to leave them, he isn't abandoning them. God will send the Holy Spirit, the Advocate, the Helper, the Comforter, to be with them, to guide them, to help them, to comfort them. When we feel alone, when we feel the pain of being apart from loved ones, when we miss being able to join together as a congregation at church, it can help to remember that God is with us through the Holy Spirit. God doesn't have to socially distance. God doesn't have to stay 2 meters away from us. God doesn't have to stay at home. God is always alert to our needs and is always there for us to provide guidance, help, and comfort when we need it the most. The reading from Acts this week reminds us that being connected to God is central to who we are. In him, we live and move and have our being. We are totally integrated with God, that as human beings, we are designed to live our lives alongside God. Paul says that we are God's offspring. We are related to God. Our connection with God is key. Being connected to God is what gives us that fullness, that fulfillment in life that Jesus talks about. As we continue to live through this slightly changed lockdown situation, let's keep being creative in how we connect with others. But let's also use this time to deepen our connection with God. As we do so, we can find that comfort, guidance, and love that we need so much at this time. Next Thursday, the 21st of May, is Ascension Day, when we remember Jesus leaving his followers and returning to heaven. It also marks the start of this year's Thy Kingdom Come, a period of 10 days of prayer for God's kingdom to grow on earth, for more people to know his love. A time for us to focus on praying for the world and deepening our own personal connection with God as well. Surveys are showing that people are praying more and more at this time, and more people are praying too. Let's commit ourselves to pray more over the coming days and weeks, and as we do so, may we experience a deeper connection with God. May we know his guidance, his help, and his comfort. And may we see the world around us being transformed too. God bless you.